millionaire, and we have some breaking news, and a big part of why XRP had a big rally yesterday. We had a little bit of a rally within the markets, and we'll go over that a little bit, but as you can see, it's completely red now. But we're gonna go over all of this and more. I want to start out though, and we're gonna hear something from the Fed as well. I'm gonna play something from the Fed. But first, I want to read this. XRP gains 20% in a day after Ripple makes headway in its court case with the SEC. So the fair notice defense was not thrown out, so they can use that. XRP rallied as much as 20% on Tuesday as investors took heart from developments in Ripple SEC's case. Ripple SEC's case with the SEC over how the XCP token was sold has been going on since 2020. The judge in the case has ordered several documents unsealed, leading to investors reacting positively. Ripple XRP crypto token rose by as much as 20% on Tuesday as the payments company made headway in its ongoing court battle with the SEC, or with the U.S. Securities Exchange and Commission. According to the court documents, Judge Annalisa Torres late last week said she would allow the unsealing of some documents relating to the case, which has been running for over a year and relates to how the XRP token was marketed. XRP shot up from 60 cents on Thursday to 90 cents at one point on Tuesday. According to CoinMarketCap, XRP dropped slightly from these highs on Tuesday to sit at 85 cents at around 6:15 a.m., representing a 12.6% gain over the previous 24 hours. Overnight, further updates on the SC versus Ripple case were also XRP positive. The crypto markets reacted favorable to the news of case Judge Annalisa Torres granting a number of motions in favor of Ripple. Ripple was not immediately available for comment. When contacted by Insider, Ripple has been engaged in a legal battle with the SEC as of December 2020 over whether XRP should be treated as a security or cryptocurrency. Ripple executives Brad Garlinghouse and Christian Larson have always maintained it's a cryptocurrency and therefore not subject to the same regulations as stock. In a decision late last week, Judge Torres ordered the unsealing of 3 documents, including email threads from both executives, as well as allowing Ripple to maintain its fair notice defense, under which it can say it had fair notice or not from the SEC over whether its XRP sales constituted security sales. The SEC had previously moved to strike such a defense or have it removed from the record. If Ripple wins on the fair notice defense, becomes pursuant authority for any crypto company the SEC sues from this point forward. If the fair notice defense survives and Ripple wins, the SEC is going to have an uphill battle, winning any other lawsuit they bring, Hogan said as part of an update on the case late May. Meanwhile, the cryptocurrency market rallied modestly on Tuesday, with Bitcoin up around 2.6% at 43,822 and Ether up 1% at 3105. So that's fascinating. You guys need to stay updated on the case. So now I want to do a little bit of quick TA, and then I want to let you guys hear what's going to happen with the Fed with these rate hikes. So we got to stay on the current news. So basically what happened last night, and I did put a new indicator on here because it's important, and I figure you guys might as well be able to see it. So first off, XLM. We had a group trade at 232, and we had a target of 25.5. That was our initial target, 25.2 I mean. 22.2, but we said it could hit here. This is what I targeted and said. I'm staring at a move to 25.5. That was what I put out in the update. We hit 25.5. When I went to bed, we had underneath support at 247. It was like 3 in the morning. I only had a 2-hour alarm set. I put my stop loss in at 245, hoping it wouldn't hit it. I woke up and it already hit it in 2 hours. Went back to sleep for 2 hours. Woke up and we were down to like 236 or 238 or whatever. I'm like, holy moly. So we definitely rounded a top here, but we still have in the 4 hour, and this is what I'm looking at. If we get some kind of correction on the RSI, we have a bullish divergence that just created here overnight with XLM. So I don't necessarily think this is done. But the RSI is at 70, which is very overbought. And that's a very big indicator. Like, that's a huge overbought range. 50 is neutral. Well, 70 to like 30 you can consider neutral, but under 30 is oversold. Over 70 is overbought. We approached like 90 in the 4 hour. We were at 91 almost on XRP. I mean, XLM we were at like 90. 90, yep. So we're overbought, and we broke this support structure with the RSI. So now that we fell through this, it looks like we're going to correct all the way down. So if that's the case, that would institute a dump here. So we're going to have to watch because the RSI is way overbought still. Even right now being at 66, 8 in the 4 hour. It's a neutral setting, but it's still leaning towards overbought. If we want to reverse it and be oversold, we're gonna have to get below 30, and that's this line way at the bottom. So, and you can see when we popped out, we were oversold down here, and that's why I want to use the RSI and let you guys at least see it. But we were oversold there, and we popped back up, and we consolidated sideways, and then we made a break, and then we overbought very quickly. We rode it for a little bit in the overbought section, and then we're coming back down to reality now. So the market ends up neutralizing itself. We finished off cup and handles and XLM. So like I said, it was a nice day yesterday. We're going to work out some kinks with the Telegram group, because obviously I can't have people being in swing trades and then paying attention to targets outside of our initial target. So lesson learned for anybody who was hopium filled. And just remember, you're in a swing trade. You're not looking for a 5 million% gain. You're looking to take advantage of the market condition yesterday. Today's a new day. Today, if we get a little bit of correction on the RSI with Bitcoin, it could speak to something, but Bitcoin is still way, way up here, guys. It's still up around, 66? 67? That's way too high still. And you can see even when Bitcoin rallied, we were in the oversold. So now we're overbought, and we're just going to have to deal with that. And that means when you're overbought with the RSI, you likely have a correction. When you're oversold, you likely have a rebound up to catch some buyers. So right now we're overbought. We got to find some sellers. The RSI is indicating we're way overbought still. And with Bitcoin, we got like almost a 90 on the RSI, which is really high. So right now we've got support with Bitcoin at 42,524. If we break 42,524, then we're going to have to start hunting the moving averages. And that next move would be 40,893. And that would be a little kick in the cahoolies for anybody in a position. XRP did fantastic. Got up to 91 cents. Definitely overachieved in my opinion. Where did all my indicators go? Alright, so. Oh, it just took forever, and now I just put up 2 indicators. Awesome. Okay. So, if you look at XRP, it was amongst the most overbought I've seen XRP in a very, and I mean very, long time. Look how high XRP got. You're talking XRP was at a 96.79 on the RSI. That is unheard of. That's so high. We're so overbought right now. XRP's going to have a healthy correction. That's all this is signaling, that XRP's going to have a correction. It's probably going to come down to 75 cents and tell us what we're going to do from there. And if this bounces to continue, we would get a hold at 75 cents, in my opinion. But the RSI has to correct big time. That is way... it can't live like that. We finally came through the buy, or that pressure of the price. Now we've got to come through, and that's what we're doing. We have to come through and correct now. That was just too big of a move. So now the RSI is going to have to catch up with itself. Otherwise, we're overbought, and there's not going to be enough buyers in the area. So that's what we're looking at right now, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that helped. That's a look around the market. I'm going to be using the RSI a little bit more. The volume, as you can see in the 4 hour, why did we have a run, Tom? What's the volume? And don't you think it's a little silly how the SEC and all that, the fair notice, they're blaming that for the 30% rise in XRP? I didn't realize the fair notice defense had anything to do with Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto markets. It's just funny how that comes out timing-wise. XRP had a fantastic rally. Is it anything more than pump and dump? We're going to find that out in the days to come. I firmly believe we're going to end up below this accumulation zone. This might make it a little more tricky, but I still think 48 to 52 cents is on the table, and then likely a lot worse. These are big traps and big moments to trap the retail investor. We're going to see how this plays out today. I'm just telling you, the RSI is way overbought. We're way overbought in XRP. I mean, like, historically overbought. We got up to almost a 98 last night. Even right now, coming down, we're still at a 76. You want to be sub 30 to be in the oversold area. You'd like to be as close to 30 as you can be. 50 is more neutral, 30 to 70, but over 70 is still way overbought, and it's very risky to buy when the RSI is this high. And it's also very risky to hold when the RSI is this high, because it could mean that there's a volatile dump coming, which we've seen when the RSI was a little bit higher. And then I wanted to play this for you guys. Make sure to hit that like button, turn that bell notification to all, and if you guys are interested in joining the Telegram, we've had a lot of new members. We're up to 177 members at the Telegram. It's going quickly. Stacy, I know you don't mind when I read through your stuff. That's why I'm reading it. Yep, I'll do an update for you on Filecoin right now, brother. But yeah, I did do yeah, I said 245 and AK was relaying it for me because I talked to him and I told him to make sure everybody understood. So he was relaying it to you guys in the Discord, or I mean in the Telegram after I fell asleep. But yeah, 245 was where I was out. That was my sellout. That it happened to hit while I was sleeping for a couple hours. But so with Filecoin, and guys, literally it goes on, and there's so much, like, Chris was in here earlier while I was sleeping, and I seen he was putting up, telling people, hey, we're about to dump. We had a back test even, and he was showing everybody, this is the good back test, and he was trying to help everybody on XLM while I was sleeping. He said, look at the back test. We got to like 24.2 maybe, and it fell off. And then he's like, hey, with the total crypto market cap, the last 2 times we've gotten rejected by the downturn, we dropped 32 and 38%. Very on the money. He had it lined out perfectly. So, but yeah, that's the tricky part with swing trading. Like, you literally have to be right on top of it. Otherwise, it can be really, 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 it can be a big hit to your portfolio. Because everybody's always up on a swing trade. If they're buying something because it's going up, generally you're going to be up a few percent. It's a matter of how you get your money out of it. So, for anybody who needs a little extra help, who wants to be a part of an exclusive community, this Telegram you cannot pay to get in. The only thing you can do is join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month. Join the other 100 and, as far as I know, we had 193 members of Tom's Army. I know we've gotten a few new members, so when it updates today, hopefully we're going to be close to my goal of 200, but we are definitely moving in the right direction, and we're definitely getting there very quickly. So, but then for Stacy, and then I got to go. I got to deal with my son and Julie. Filecoin is down 3.85%. And I know it was tempting yesterday, Stacy, but let this be like a little lesson for you as well, because you're already in XLM, like I always tell everybody, to make a lateral move. It's fine if the market continues to go up, but if it does drop like that, now you're caught. Because at least with XLM, you had profits, you could sell. But now with Filecoin, you're looking at it, and you're like, I don't want to sell it if I don't have to. The main thing for you is in the 4 hour, we're down to, I got rejected by the 200 day. And now the 20 day, it does look good that you're coming up to the 20 day to get some support. But what's starting to happen here, and I'm going to show you guys in the broader market as well, we're starting to create a bearish divergence in the 30 minute. So this is counteractive. And if we come through the 20 day, that's ultra bearish. Or if the 20 comes through that 50 day again, we're not going to want that. We just made a run all the way through here. We had a bullish divergence, and now the moving averages have flipped on top of each other in the 30 minute. Now if we come back through, you're going to see an equal move to pull you back down, and then you're going to have the exact same bearish momentum coming down. So, Stacy, this is not an easy spot. And really, no matter what I say here, I'm going to be wrong. The only thing I can do is show you the support. You already know that support. If you break through here, 23.19, it's going to be problems, because then you've only got the hope of maybe these short-term moving averages here at 22.18. The 22.18, that might be your last hope then, right in between these moving averages, hoping, or 22.20 hoping to get caught. So, and right now your problem is that resistance in the 4-hour time frame. That's a big problem. The RSI in the 4-hour, if you're asking how we're looking, we're neutral at 62.98, but this is in the oversold area. We're not technically above 70, but we're pretty darn close, and it still indicates to me like we need to come down farther. Look where Filecoin was at before it broke out. It was at 8.26. That was so oversold. And these tend to like to repeat themselves. So we finished off this push, a big push. Now we might have to correct a little bit here. Watch that 23.19. I wouldn't sell out if I was you until Filecoin proves that it can't hold 23.19. If you already held it for this long, I don't think you have any problem holding it for another percent. But that's the overall truth, Stacy. You've got to watch that 23.20 level. If it breaks that, well, then it's over. And we're literally, I think it's probably over here, guys. Unless we get a retest, a double top or something. We already showed the M topping reversal here. So I think we're going to come back down. Or you could see if we hold that 22.21 accumulation zone. Because we could be coming back to the accumulation zones for another move. That's what I'm thinking in the back of my head. That's why I'm not done with XLM by a long shot. If XRP comes back to the accumulation zone down here, that's about 66 to 70 cents. It could even hold 68 cent area, maybe 64 to 68. If it comes back to that accumulation zone, that would help the RSI. And it could signify another move. Just like if XLM wants to come back down now, it's going to have to come back down and retest these areas. Like these points here. You're going to have to retest these now. You know, areas like this. So you're either going to have areas right here at like 22 cents. You might have to retest the accumulation zone at 20 cents. So that's what I was saying yesterday. XLM looked like it was an easy 9%. We were way behind. We did hit that 9 and 10% like we forecasted. We were hoping for an upper end rally, which we never got. But as it turns out, there's a lot of hopium in Ripple, XRP because of the absurdity that came out in the court case, which is nothing. It's nothing. That does nothing. That, like right now, that should do nothing for price action. So a lot of people are going to be trapped this morning, and a lot of people are going to be really hurting because now they think XRP is going to the moon, and already, here, let me go to the XRP chart. But already, if you were in that mindset and you stop paying attention, you're like, it's over, it's going all the way up to all-time highs. There's some people right now that are better than 10% down, 8.5%, 9% down, just in the last 3-4 hours. So pay attention, be alert, and the market changes every day. You can think you have a grasp on it, but if you don't watch every day or pay attention and make updates, you have no chance. Join Tom's Army. I can help you stay one step ahead. I did yesterday with my group. There's always kinks to the armor because I have a bunch of people that I have to have a bunch of personalities fit together. But I will get it right. And every day is a learning day. When you swing trade, each day is a new day. Just remember that. So now, what fear of a 50 basis point Fed rate hike says about future stock market volatility? Whoops. Hey, where'd my little thing go? Where'd my video go? There was a video that I was able to play before. Oh, wait a minute. I think it might have been. So, it was the 7 Fed rate hikes. So, here we go.
Does this mean from the Fed? You've got Bank of America out. And Mohammed, after those better than anticipated numbers we got for the jobs report on Friday, what does this mean from the Fed? You've got Bank of America out this morning saying that they are now anticipating 7 rate hikes this year. What do you think?
Yeah, 7 rate hikes from Bank of America. The center of gravity is between 5 and 6. 40% chance now, according to the market indicators, of a 50 basis points hike in March. We've seen this massive realignment of expectations.
Guys, a 50 basis point hike is gonna hamstring the markets. And if we have 7 rate hikes, you're talking. There's a reason why we pumped yesterday. There's a reason why we're doing this, ladies and gentlemen. This is all a step.
I think they're excessive, not because the Fed is not behind, it is way behind. And because it is way behind, it has lost control of both the inflation narrative and the rates narrative. But I question as to whether the economy can take 7 rate hikes with quantitative tightening on top of that. So this is going to be quite an interesting time. The good news, Becky, we must not forget that, is as you heard from Mike, stock markets have been incredibly resilient to what's been happening in fixed income.
Mohammed, let me ask you, what would the market's reaction be if we actually saw 5, 6, 7 rate hikes? Would they cheer it because it would be something being done to slow inflation, or would they be very concerned about that? And same thing if they don't. If they only do 2 or 3 rate hikes, what's the market's reaction if inflation continues to climb?
So because the Fed is so slow and behind, there is no first best. You have to. So the question you ask is really important, but it's hard to answer. My own gut feeling is there's 2 things that have kept stocks relatively resilient. One is corporate earnings, and 2 is behavioral conditioning. And that both of these things have come in. And we've seen when there's a surprise on corporate earnings, whether it's on the way down, Facebook, or up, Amazon, you get outsized moves because liquidity isn't there. Put that into context, a lot will depend on whether the economy can absorb 7 hikes and QT. I'm worried, to tell you the truth, as to whether it's going to absorb it. I didn't want to be here in terms of having to go do so much because the Fed is so late. But unfortunately, this is where we are.
So if they do rate hikes and quantitative tightening, maybe that gets them to the point where they feel like they're getting control of the inflation picture. But you've got $19 trillion that individuals and companies now have in terms of what they can spend. That is a lot of money out there floating around. Even if the Fed does start acting pretty quickly, how long do you think the inflation picture can continue, can keep pushing higher?
Yeah, and remember, the Fed is still injecting liquidity into the system.
Right.
The ECB is still injecting liquidity into the system. I mean, who would have imagined we would have a 7.1% inflation reading? People think consensus is that Thursday's number will be 7.3%, with core going up to 5.9, and yet we are still injecting liquidity into this economy. This is how out of date and behind Fed policy is. So hopefully they can regain control of the inflation narrative. Hopefully they can regain control of the rates narrative. My concern is that the market is running away with rate hikes that are in excess of what I think this economy can absorb.